go over now and talk to a man who's seen it all. He's been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, and he's still doing it, man. DJ Pinye knows what sound is, and I mean, he's amazing. Right about now, we want to go ahead and just join up with him. DJ Pinye.
Sema Willis.
How you doing?
Can you hear me? Kopwa.
Right now, let's jump right into it. You know, back in the day, there were two different stables, all right? And music was coming through, and there was nowhere that, you know, there was no 10 over 10, there was, all this stuff wasn't there. But, you know, you were responsible for putting some of the music and the artist on the national map, you know, through the beat. So tell us, like, what was it like? Like, how would you identify what a good song was?
Well, for me, it was easy because I was a DJ. So I used to play in the club. So once we got the music, we knew what song would play in the club and would work.
Yeah. So now, before all these guys came out, and you know, like you said, you already a DJ. You probably witnessed the formation of these two camps. Maybe you can tell us, like, how was the rivalry back then? Ogopa and Caliph.
I don't know whether I can use the word rivalry because it was Ogopa that began before Caliph, and before Ogopa, most of the songs that came out were not club friendly. So once Ogopa came out, because Lucas was a DJ, he knew what kind of songs to make for the club. So we picked up the songs and we started playing them. Then a few years later is when Caliph came out, and sound maybe still similar, but the artists now were a bit different from the Ogopa ones. So when they came in, they also came and now took the market by storm.
And then I think, you know, it was the Kapuka. And, you know, but before that, there was the Kalamashakas, and other music morphed into, like what you're saying, all these artists coming up with this new music as well. Do you think that there was, because back in the day, social media wasn't as heavy? Quality also, I mean, we had questions watching it now, but then probably the quality was good. What are some of the struggles that they were going through, you know, the artists at that time to get the music, and how was the music being received? To wakulete CD, I'm gonna wakulete tape. How was it?
Yeah, so at that time the technology was not there. So
yeah.
The songs were recorded on CD. Even for quite a while, most of the songs had no videos. Videos now came on now after. So, but most artists songs were done on CD. You do a song, you put it on CD, and now you have to look for someone to come, and now the artist was also the distributor, looking for how to distribute the music to the DJs to play the songs, or the radio stations later on.
Yeah, and as much as you said there wasn't really rivalry between the two camps, but there was still kind of Bamboo, Chihuahua, there was still some sort of beef per se. Do you think that the beefing then, was it part of what they call kiki? Was it real beef? How did it help shape the industry, especially hip-hop during that time?
Okay, the first beef that I ever saw was, in fact, I should tell you a story that maybe you don't even know. Like, K-Sao approached Ted Josiah,
right,
to record them. But at that time, they were only doing Abbas and Bamboo were just doing English.
Mm-hmm.
So he told them he wants to work with people who are doing, like, you know, Swahili and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So they left and joined, what was the studio called? They went and joined another studio where Masimaira was. And from there, it's like they started now working on Swahili. You understand? So by the time now they were working on the Swahili style of rapping, is when now Ogopa came up. So now since they were still doing the hip hop, they were still trying to do hip hop, and Ogopa came and took everything by storm. I think they were not very happy, and that's when the first diss track that I ever had was Kapuka This by
Kapuka
K-Song.
this, Kapuka that.
Because they were dissing now the Ogopa beat, because they were tired of hearing that beat. They were more interested in doing other, guys who do hip hop.
Yeah.
They want to keep it real, whatever, so they want to use their beats.
Yeah.
So it was a bit interesting. At that time, it wasn't about Kiki. It was just people airing their own personal opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And back and forth. So they did Kapuka This and other songs. There were other diss tracks after that came out.
Yeah.
Even I don't know. I'm sure you're aware Twendele was a diss track also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then also, like I mentioned, there was, I think, Mizizi, Jamadelics, and the Beat. How did some of these shows help, shape the industry, and and also artists would rush to be on them and to want to make it. I know kwa hizo shows and you may make it. So how did it help shape the industry?
Well, because at that time there was no internet, so those were the only platforms where you could get to see the hottest songs and everything. So everybody relied on watching those shows to see what's hot and who's new coming up in the industry. So at that particular time, because there's no YouTube, nothing like that, everybody was just focused on the screen to see what new artists are coming out and what new songs they're releasing. So it was a very big opportunity for the artists back then.
Yeah. And then also back in the day, also, we had Ogopos, we had Red Sun, we had Chameleon, we had Baby Cool, and they were doing, I guess, predominantly kind of dancehall. And then here comes now the Kapukas and all this. How would DJs introduce this music in the clubs, and what was the reception of the music at that time?
You see, the Kapuka and dancehall beat are similar.
Right.
So it was very easy for the DJs to interchange and mix all the songs together.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because most of the songs were done with a particular BPM. Mm-hmm. So it was easy. It was just when the songs come out, it was easy to just create a whole playlist and play these songs back to back.
And before I let you go, I have to ask you one more question about the current. I mean, you've seen waves come and go, right? What do you think about the current waves, the genge tones and everything? Is it a wave that will come and go? Are we in the quest of looking for our sound? Is that it? What can be modified? What is your view?
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to, whether it's going or staying. But with music, it's like a wave. It's like a wave. Tomorrow there'll be this thing. Today there's this thing. So I wouldn't really say whether it would last or whether it won't last. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. If the guys are consistent, then they'll be around for a while.
All right. Well, we're going to come back to DJ Pinye a little bit later on. Thank you so much for those amazing insights and views as well.